Hi everyone. So since you are preparing for cracking SSB and you would have done some research about SSB, you would have definitely heard about the term OLQs. Yes, officer-like qualities. You all know that officer-like qualities are one of the major factor to crack SSB, right? So I've listed below the 15 officer-like qualities that SSB is looking for in a candidate. But what happens is people think that all the 15 officer like qualities, it's very mandatory for every candidate to have them like 10 on 10 for every OLQ, but I don't think that is the case, because I have seen candidates with like no great command over the English language still getting recommended. So it is a different mindset that helps them to crack these things. So I know that when you go through the 15 officer like qualities, you will be wondering like, I don't have this, I don't have that, so will I get recommended? These questions are quite normal, and even I have gone through this. Like you will have these kind of thoughts about like, I can't even complete a sentence in English without stammering. How am I going to have good power of expression, or like the ability to influence the group? My sisters don't listen to me now. How on earth am I going to convince the entire group to listen to what I'm saying? So these questions in your mind is quite normal. I completely understand, but don't hesitate to try new things just because of these thoughts, because everybody will not have a 10 on 10 in each and every OLQ. Some things you might be lacking, that's absolutely fine. You may not have like 10 on 10 for all the OLQs, as I said. Some might be like maybe 2 out of 10. Sometimes you might be an introvert, that you may not be able to take an initiative step for some activity. That is absolutely fine, but when the situation demands, are you able to do it? Are you putting some efforts to improve on those skills, or whatever it might be? Are you doing something to improve it? That is what makes the difference. So nobody is perfect. Even when you go for the SSB, even though there are certain candidates who get recommended, they are not the perfect people. They are trainable. Like, they have the willpower to improve themselves. They want to constantly do something to improve themselves. Those are the people, I think, have a better chance of getting recommended. Because if you're a perfect person, then there is no point putting you into the academy, right? You can straight away join the armed forces. Why do they have a process of training you physically, mentally, and all? So it is basically to people who have this ability to constantly evolve and take up challenges and improve themselves. Those are the people who gets recommended. So I want you to have that kind of a mindset. Like, even if you don't have certain qualities that the SSB is looking for, put efforts to constantly improve on that. Like, now be open about it. Like, you can tell the officer, like especially for your interview, if they ask like, what are your qualities and what are the things that you would like to work on, you be open about it. Like, if your language is not good, you tell them like, I prefer to improve my English language, and these are the things that I'm doing to improve it. It is not going to give you results immediately. It is going to take time. That's absolutely fine. So, but that effort you're putting shows some qualities about you, that you have that fire to do things. You want to constantly improve. That zeal is there. So that is what SSB is looking for. So please don't worry about the 15 OLQs. I just want you to put this one thought: the leadership. Just focus on this particular word. You have seen leaders around you, you know what it means. Some of the leaders you might be admiring in your life. So try to understand the uniqueness of their qualities and try to implement that in your life. Like, don't just go behind the OLQs, because that might get into complications, and it is at times it is difficult to understand what exactly SSB is looking for. We are not psychologists, so it is difficult to understand, and it puts a lot of complication in our preparation. And like, if we are not guided properly, it might lead to it might mislead us. So don't get into that. Just focus on this word leadership. try to become a leader in your real life. Like there might be situations where you have to take challenges, like find solutions. That, as I always say, keep these three things in mind. Keep your intentions right, take responsibility. Whenever there is a challenge or a problem, figure out solutions and overcome it. So now in whatever aspects you apply these three steps, automatically you'll start improving. Now even if it is about improving your language in English, now the intention is to communicate effectively in English to the other person, whether it's a group discussion or the interview, or like not just in SSB, but in all walks of your life. Like it is going to help you throughout your life, right? Now when you take the responsibility, you'll start finding various resources how to get this done. Now one thing might be joining an institution which makes you a better person to communicate in English. And when you check for the pricing and all, it might be on a higher end, which you may not be able to afford. Just a situation I'm giving. So now this is a challenge. You have taken the responsibility, trying out different resources to get this done. But then now there is a problem. Like you may not be able to pay that particular amount. So now what you do, you start figuring, now there is a problem, you start figuring out other solutions. Like there might be YouTube channels, like which is providing you free courses about improving your language. There are various apps like Udemy and all, which gives you free courses. Like they have paid and free as well. So you can check for free courses. Try multiple courses, so you will get some idea about how to improve language. Now just doing the course is not enough. You have to implement whatever you learned in those courses. You do that and you slowly start improving. Like within a month or so, you may not see a drastic change, but you are taking some steps to improve your skills. That is what is required. So focus on that. Have this mindset of getting leadership tries from here and there. You'll find people around you who are doing better, so try to learn from them and put it into action, and I think you will see some results. So what I would suggest you is, like, list down 10 leadership qualities that you have seen in others which you would love yourself to have them. Just list down them and, like, at least take 3 of them and try to practice those leadership triads in you. I think you will see a great change in you, in the way you think and the way you act. So try that, and I wish if you could comment below these leadership triads that you're trying to inculcate. I think if it is something new, even I can improve myself. So comment below, and I wish you all the very best. So please don't worry about the OLQs. Just be yourself and have this mindset of constantly improving. I think your dreams will come true.